Om Shanti. Hope I am audible.
Yes, Baiji, you're audible.
Today is Sunday, so we are going for the manthan of the Murli, dated 17th of October 1987. And the title of the Murli, The Decoration of Brahmin Life. In today's materialistic world, the decorations are materialistic ornaments, and what Baba means is Gyan Ratan, and that Gyan Ratan can only be with the Brahmins. They can memorize the knowledge, they can read it, they can make others understand. But Baba says the real decoration is purity. Without purity, a Brahmin cannot be Gyan Swarup and Gyan Murti, which is the most important part. In this Murli, Baba talks about the special lights of the world, and Baba also talks about the special basis of becoming worthy of worship, and it is that it's purity. Purity is the basis of becoming worthy of worship. Baba is talking about different types of purity. That what we in general say, mansa, vacha, and karmana, that is purity in your minds, words, and actions. And in this Murli, Baba is also including the actions and dreams. That is, in dream, if we dream anything good, if we are doing anything wrong other than the Srimat, we are doing anything other than the Srimat, that is considered as wrong. If we commit any wrong things, even in dream, Baba considers it that yes, that is also impurity. So when Baba talks about purity, it is purity in your minds, words, actions, relationships, and connections are included in actions, and dreams is called complete purity. And Baba talks about Yoga Yukta also. Baba talks about accuracy, and Baba tells that accurate means to be Yoga Yukta. Accurate means that every thought would have meaning. Laziness and carelessness are also vices. And Baba talks about purity in deep and tells that an image that is decorated with decoration of purity. And in deep, he says, a Brahmin life means a life of happiness, a life of pleasure. That is pleasure of mind. And Baba also tells that the supremely worthy of worship elevated souls. Baba loves all the children. He will hold my hand for only then will I, the soul, go with him. the intoxication. The Brahmins have the intoxication that the bestower of fortune is my father. And this fortune is my birthright. Baba also talks about the treasures of fortune. Baba tells very interestingly that, my dear child, if you go for Vinasidhan, it will be over. But when you go for imperishable treasures, Avinasidhan, that are with me now and will go with me, away from the world of sorrow into the world of happiness. And Baba's Murli, as we all have experienced, is really the swing of happiness, taking us into a world of happiness which is away from this world. And we do understand, yes, we are swinging in the swing of happiness. Baba is really very wonderful and making our life wonderful. But Baba says that the most and most important decoration is purity. Without purity, Baba says, my dear child, will not experience the real flavor of Brahman life. Because in this Brahman life, if there is if purity is not there in your life, then you will not be able to become Gyan Swarup and Gyan Mut, which is the most important part. Because Gyan only in Vani will not have that effect when you really become Gyan Swarup and Gyan Mut. And for becoming Gyan Swarup and Gyan Mut, that knowledge will be with you. And when you become Gyan Swarup and Gyan Mut, it has got a penetrating effect. So these are the basic points which Baba talks in this Murli. So again, starting the words of Murli with the title of the Murli, Brahman life is a life. 1 minute. In Brahmin life, this purity makes the difference. Why? Because we all have experience when we go to any temple or any place where we find the place is very pure, so it attracts. So Baba says the purity means the real decoration, the imperishable decoration, because with this purity decoration, it comes from the basic sense that yes, I am a soul. I remember when I came to Gyan, Didi said, then whenever you feel confused, whenever there is lack of clarity, refer chapter number 1. I am a soul. I am a peaceful soul. That itself again makes me to the right track. And as when I am soul conscious, when I am connected to Baba, this is like that. As when I am soul conscious, then I am connected to Baba. And when I am connected to Baba, that Sankarang effect takes place and the virtues start coming in me. And when that virtues are coming, a time comes when we become Bap Saman, and when we become Bap Saman, we are combined. The total, it is just like a magic that becoming Bap Saman, but Baba says it is sahaj for you children. In the world, People consider it as that being a person, being a human being, and in this world it is impossible to have a life of purity, and that also purity of mind, purity in the mind, that is mansa, purity in words, that is in vani, and purity in action, that is in life. And Baba today added a fourth dimension, purity even in dreams. So, starting with the Murli, the decoration of Brahmin life is purity. Today, Bab Dada is looking at his children everywhere in the world who are who are particularly going to be worthy of worship. आज बाप दादा अपने विश्व के चारों ओर के विशेष होनहार पूज्य बच्चों को देख रहे हैं। सारे विश्व में कितने थोड़े अमूल्य रत्न पूजनीय बने हैं। So Bap Tata is looking at his children from everywhere in the world. As like the mother and father always watching the children. They know in the materialistic world also, they consider their children and they are of the belief कि वो उनका नाम रोशन करेंगे. Here the picture is different. God is assured, God knows because He is aware of the present, past, and future. And Baba knows that He is looking to His children from everywhere and is looking to those children who are going to be worthy of worship. Out of the whole world, so few become invaluable, worthy of worship jewels. Baba says, सारे विश्व में बहुत थोड़े अमूल्य रत्न पूजनीय बने हैं. Only the worthy of worship souls become special lights of the world. Just as where there is no light, life in a body, there is no world. In the same way, if in this world there were not you elevated, worthy of worship souls, you lights of the world would have no importance. Wonderful. Baba is comparing as the light of the world. The golden age, the first age, and the Satopradhan age, the new world, begins with you, special souls. You worthy of worship souls are the images of support for the new world. Baba's talk is really very interesting, and Baba is telling that we children are Adhar Murta Pujni Atma. And Baba says that आप पूज्य आत्माएं सारे संसार के लिए नई रोशनी. You are the new light for this world. And Baba says that your stage of ascending becomes instrumental in taking the world into its elevated stage. When it enters the stage of falling down, the world too enters into the stage of falling down. That is, Baba is telling, आप पूज्य आत्माएं संसार के लिए नई रोशनी हो. आपकी चढ़ती कला विश्व के श्रेष्ठ कला में लाने के निमित्त बनती है. और ठीक, and Baba telling that on the contrary to that, if you become गिरती कला में आते हो तो संसार की भी गिरती कला होती है. आप परिवर्तन होते हो तो विश्व भी परिवर्तन होता है. वंडरफुल बाबा. दैट्स वंडरफुल. बाबा इज लिंकिंग टू दैट. आप परिवर्तन होते हो तो विश्व भी परिवर्तन होता है. When you into this, when you are transformed, the world is also transformed. You are such great souls with such importance. बाबा इज टेलिंग आप इतने महान हो कि आप परिवर्तन होते हो तो विश्व भी परिवर्तन होता है. Due to that only Baba says us that बच्चे, if you transform yourself, the world gets transformed. So it is said in Brahmin fraternity that first transform yourself, and transformation should be of such that we can get transformed from body conscious to soul conscious. And as we change from body conscious to soul conscious, our priority in life changes. We later see how Baba explains that aspect also. So today, Bab Dada was looking at all the children to become a Brahmin. Baba is telling that to become a Brahmin means to become worthy of worship. To become Brahmin means to become worthy of worship. ब्राह्मण बनना अर्थात पूज्य बनना, क्योंकि ब्राह्मण सो देवता बनते हैं और देवताएं अर्थात पूजनीय. To become Brahmin means to become worthy of worship, because Brahmins become deities, and deities means worthy of worship. All deities are worthy of worship. Baba is telling that जितनी भी देवताएं सभी पूजनीय हैं. Nevertheless, they are definitely number wise. फिर भी नंबरवार जरूर हैं. Some deities are worshipped regularly in the right way, and some deities are not. Every actions of some deities is worshipped, whereas for others, not all of their actions are worshipped. Some are decorated in the right way every day, whereas others are not decorated every day. What Baba is telling, that although all देवताज आर पूजनीय, लेकिन बाबा कहते हैं वो नंबरवार हैं. तो बाबा इज टेलिंग दैट किन देवताओं की पूजा विधिवत और नियमित रूप से होती है. बाबा इज टेलिंग दैट some are decorated in the right way every day, whereas others are not decorated every day. Some are worshipped regularly in the right way, and some are deities are not. Every action of some deities is worshipped, whereas for others, not all of their actions are worshipped. That is, some are decorated in the right way every day, whereas some are not. तो बाबा इज टेलिंग दैट किन देवताओं की पूजा विधि पूर्वक और नियमित रूप से होती है, और किन्हीं की पूजा विधि पूर्वक नियमित रूप से नहीं होती है. किन्हीं के हर कर्म की पूजा होती है और किन्हों की हर कर्म की पूजा नहीं होती है. कोई का विधि पूर्वक हर रोज श्रृंगार होता है और कोई का श्रृंगार रोज नहीं होता है. Some are decorated in the right way every day, whereas the others are not decorated every day. They are superficially decorated, but not with the right method. ऊपर ऊपर से थोड़ा बहुत सजा लेते हैं, लेकिन विधि पूर्वक नहीं. In front of some deities, devotional songs are sung all the time, whereas these songs are only sung sometimes in front of others. What is the reason for all this? And now Baba is giving us the knowledge, giving us the basic facts. By that, we have to do introspection. Because what is happening, we Brahmins are hearing the Murli, hearing the divine knowledge, and we are reading it, telling it. But Baba is telling there are some children who are not doing the Purusharth in the proper way, as Baba is telling. So here starts, as we are Dharnamut, that is Baba is telling, there is difference in Dharna. However, do you know on the basis of which particular Dharna it becomes number wise? Baba is telling that ब्राह्मण तो सभी कहलाते हैं, ज्ञान योग की पढ़ाई तो सभी करते हैं, फिर भी अंतर क्यों? धारणाओं में अंतर है। कौन सी धारणाओं के आधार पर नंबर वन होते हैं, जानते हो? द स्पेशल बेसिस ऑफ बिकमिंग वर्दी ऑफ वर्शिप इज प्योरिटी। द रियल प्योरिटी, what Baba means. The more you adopt all types of purity, the more you become worthy of worship in everything. पूजनीय बनने का विशेष आधार पवित्रता के ऊपर है। जितना सर्व प्रकार की पवित्रता को अपनाते हैं, उतना ही सर्व प्रकार के पूजनीय बनते हैं। Those who easily adopt purity constantly with the right method as their original and internal virtue are those who become worthy of worship with the right method. What are all types of purity? Those souls who easily and automatically fulfill their responsibilities in their connections, in all their connections and relationship to all souls, whether in knowledge or without knowledge, through their every thought, word, and deed, with a constantly pure attitude, vision, and vibration. Baba is telling that जो आत्माएं सहज स्वतः हर संकल्प में, बोल में, कर्म में सर्व अर्थात ज्ञानी और अज्ञानी आत्माओं के सर्व संपर्क में सदा पवित्र दृष्टि, वृत्ति, दृष्टि, वाइब्रेशन से अर्थात संबंध, संपर्क निभाते हैं, इसको ही सर्व प्रकार के पवित्रता कहते हैं। Baba is telling, even in your dreams, let nothing be lacking in adopting all types of purity for yourself and for others. For instance, if celibacy is broken, even in your dreams, or if you perform actions or speak to another soul under the influence of jealousy or anger, if your interaction with that one is based on even a trace of anger, that would also be considered to be breaking the vow of purity. Just think about it. Even dreams, if even dreams have such an effect, then how much effect would actions performed physically have? That is why it is said, I remember when I was a child, we used to sing one bhajan. मन में राम है, तन में राम है, भजनों में राम है, सपनों में राम है। ठीक, मन में भी राम है, तन में भी राम है, भजनों में राम है, सपनों में राम है। मन, बट बाबा सेड मनसा विथ बाबा, वाचा with Baba, and tan, that is in our body, Baba. And in my dream also, Baba. When there is Baba there, in my mansa, in my vacha, in my tan, in my man, in my swapna, that is, Baba means in my life. When there is Baba, if my man is with Baba, if my vacha is with Baba, if my tan is with Baba, when my man is with Baba, and even in Swapna I am with Baba, that is the state, Nirakari, Nirvikari, Nirahankari. What that was the stage of Brahma Baba. So what Baba is telling that even acts of dream has such an effect, then how much effect would actions performed physically have? That is why in temples, when the idols are damaged, they are not worshipped. Their place is not in temples, but their places are in museum where devotees don't come. Only it is told about them that they are very, very old statues. But बाबा says वास्तव में किसी भी प्रकार की पवित्रता का खंडन होता है तो वो पूज्य पद से खंडित हो जाते हैं. So Baba here explained us about four types of pavitrata: purity in your minds, words, actions, relationships, and connections are included in actions and dreams. It's called complete purity. Because of carelessness, some children just try to make do and move along with the older ones or younger ones, saying, my intention was very good, but the word just came out. Or that wasn't my aim, but it just happened. Or I only said that or did that as a joke. This is also making do, and that is why the worship of you is also just making do. This carelessness makes you number wise in the stage of being full worthy of worship. This too is accumulated in the account of impurity. You were told that the sign of worthy of worship's pure soul is that all four types of their purity will be natural, easy, and constant. They don't have to think about it, but the dharana of purity automatically makes their thoughts, words, deeds, and dreams accurate. So Baba, when talking about Sampurna Pavitrata, Baba is talking about Man, Vani, Karma और स्वप्न में भी पवित्रता. So Baba tells us to be accurate, and Baba talks about accuracy, that is to be yogyuk. And secondly, accurate means that every thought would have meaning. It would not be meaningless. You would not say, I said it just like that for the sake of it. It just came out. I just did it, or it just happened. Such pure souls remain constantly accurate and yukti yukt in every action, that is, through their whole day's activity. This is why every action of such souls is worshipped. That is, their whole day's activity is worshipped. A viewing is given of all their different activities from time they wake up to the time they go to sleep. When I came in Gyan, uh, I was told and explained in the 7 days course, the chapter number 1, I specifically refer, I am a soul. So, what are the duties of the soul? How should the soul be? Soul in the original form, that I am peaceful. Generally, what happens living in this today's world, in this materialistic world, we all have become body conscious. And due to the body consciousness, this negativity comes into us. So we have to be soul conscious. Body conscious means connected to negativity. Soul conscious means connected to Baba, that is connected to positivity. So what we have to do, we have to be soul conscious. And how to be soul conscious? It is very wonderfully explained because Baba is Nirakar. So when you remember Baba, when you are in remembrance of Baba, you will also reach to a state of Nirakari. As Baba is Nirvikari, so when you remember Baba, when you are in the remembrance of Baba, you become Nirvikari. Baba is Nirahankari, so when you are remembering Baba and when you are in remembrance of Baba, you also become Nirahankari. So the most wonderful thing is that when we are in remembrance of Baba, we are in a state that is called Nirakari, Nirvikari, and Nirahankari, which is regarded as the highest stage. Highest stage. And this stage is regarded as the highest stage. And in this stage, if we perform all our activities, then Baba is telling that all your activities will be puja. The wonderful mantra. If we perform all our duties, if we perform all our actions, all routine work in remembrance of Baba, that is in the stage of Nirakari, Nirvikari, Nirahankari, then all our activities will become puja. So we have seen some deities that when they wake up, the puja starts. The puja starts. Yes, the deity is waking up. When the deity is doing the brushing of teeth, दातुन करना जिसको कहते हैं. Even that is also worship. That yes, the deity is doing datun. When the deity is taking bath, that activity is also worshipped. When the deity is changing clothes, that activity is also worshipped. When the deity is eating, as we all do, that we भोग लगाते हैं ना भगवान को, तो that is also worshipped. So and when the deity is tired, he takes rest, that activity is also worshipped. And at the end of the day, that he goes to sleep, that activity is also worshipped. So the mool mantra which we find, that if we perform all our activities in remembrance of Baba, that is in a state of Nirakari, Nirvikari, and Nirahankari, all our activities will become puja, that all our activities will be worshipped. So, what is the foundation of purity? What is the foundation? The foundation is purity. The dharana of purity is very deep. The ways and means of actions are based on purity. Purity is not just about gross things, simply to be celibate or to remain free from attachment is not called purity. Purity is the decoration of Brahmin life. Let others experience the decoration of purity from your face and your activity at every moment. Let the decoration of purity always be revealed in your in a practical way in your eyes, your mouth, hand and feet. Let anyone who looks at your face experience purity in your features, just as they speak of other types of purity. Similarly, let them say that purity is visible in your features, that there is the sparkle of purity in your eyes and smiles of purity on your lips. Wonderful, Baba. There is sparkle of purity in your eyes and the smile of purity on your lips. Let them not see anything else. This is called being an image that is decorated with the decoration of purity. What wonderful decoration. Do you understand? There is a lot more depth to purity, which you will hear more about later. Just as the philosophy of actions is deep, so too the definition of purity is also very deep. Purity is the foundation. Acha, Baba is talking about the people of Gujarat. So Baba wonderfully says, when it is Karnataka, Baba says Karnataka. And when it is Gujarat, it came in my mind, Gujar gayi raat, ab aa gaye din, ab kahe ka andhakar. So Gujarat means Gujar gayi raat. So Baba is telling that the specialities of Gujarat, यानी जब गुजर जाए रात, जब आ गए दिन, आ गई, सब खत्म हो गई सारी बात, हो गई बाबा से मुलाकात, गुजर गई रात, जब खत्म हो गई सारी बात, हो गई बाबा से मुलाकात, तो जीवन कैसा बन जाएगा? That is say, that is Baba is telling the specialities of Gujarat. That is, जब हमारी ब्राह्मण जीवन से गुजर गई रात, then life will remain light, and the Brahmin will dance in happiness and continue to sing songs of father and the attainments. Baba is not talking about the people of Gujarat, but Baba is also talking about all children, all Brahmin children, जिनकी जिंदगी से वो रात गुजर गई, जिनकी जिंदगी से वो अंधकार चला गया, जिनकी जिंदगी में सारी बातें खत्म हो गई, जिनकी जिंदगी में हद खत्म हो गया, बाबा बाबा से हो गई मुलाकात, तो खत्म हो गई सारी बात. They sing and dance. What do they do in Brahmin life? A Brahmin life means a life of pleasure. When you are enjoying yourself and are intoxicated. Brahmin life of constantly remaining in pleasure. The other is physical pleasure, whereas Brahmin life is a pleasure of mind. Let the mind always continue to dance and sing in pleasure. Those people have the practice of being light and dancing and singing. So they don't find it difficult to be double light in the Brahmin life. So those from Gujarat, so Baba is telling, so those from Gujarat, that is those children जिनके जो ब्राह्मण those Brahmin children उनके जीवन से जब गुजर गई रात means those who constantly have the practice of remaining light, those who are always blessed. So the whole of Gujarat, so the whole of children इनके who really are with the Srimat, who are obedient to Baba, and when they are obedient to Baba, और जिनकी जिंदगी से गुजर गई रात, जिनकी हो गई बाबा से मुलाकात, और जब उनकी हो गई बाबा से मुलाकात, तो फिर डरने की क्या है बात. Baba says, those children has received these blessings of being double light. You are also, you also receive blessings through Murli, do you not? You are told that everything in your world happens according to the capacity and the time. As the capacity, so is the result. So Baba is telling that, my dear children, just follow the Srimat and you will find that the things have become very easy. So Baba says, to all the supremely worthy of worship elevated souls, to all the intense effort making, to all the intense effort making souls who reach their aims of all types of complete purity, to the souls who become embodiments of success by performing every actions in the right way, to the special souls who are decorated with the decoration of purity at every moment, Bap Dada's love filled remembrance. Baba is telling that चारों ओर के परम पूज्य श्रेष्ठ आत्माओं को सर्व संपूर्ण पवित्रता के लक्ष्य तक पहुंचने वाले तीव्र पुरुषार्थी आत्माओं को सदा हर कर्म में विधि पूर्वक कर्म करने वाले सिद्धि स्वरूप आत्माओं को सदा हर समय पवित्रता के श्रृंगार में सजी हुई विशेष आत्माओं को बाप दादा का स्नेह याद प्यार और नमस्ते. इन पार्टियों से मुलाकात, बाप दादा मीटिंग ए ग्रुप, in that Baba is also showering knowledge, and Baba is telling that you should have the intoxication. You should have the intoxication that yes, लोग इधर उधर भटक रहे हैं और हम बाबा के साथ हैं. Just imagine what the fortune would be of someone whose father is the bestower of fortune. Could there be greater fortune than this? Therefore, always have the happiness that fortune is your birthright. Children have the right to all the property, to all the belongings. So, Baba, so what does the bestower of fortune have? The treasures of fortune. So, you have a right to those treasures. Baba tells that जिसको मन की खुशियां मिल गई, उसको सब कुछ मिल गया. Baba is telling that, my dear child, you yourself have become immortal and have found the imperishable treasures. This elevated reward will stay with you for birth after birth. It is such a huge fortune where there are no desires, there you are ignorant of the knowledge of desires. It is just you have attained such elevated fortune from the Father, the bestower of fortune. बाबा सेज यह अविनाशी खजाना अनेक जन्म तक साथ रहेगा, कोई छीन नहीं सकता, कोई लूट नहीं सकता। स्वयं भी अमर बन गए और खजानों में भी अविनाशी मिल गए। जन्म जन्म यह श्रेष्ठ प्रारब्ध साथ रहेगी। कितना बड़ा भाग्य है जहाँ कोई इच्छा नहीं, इच्छा मात्र अविद्या। ऐसा श्रेष्ठ भाग्य विधाता बाप द्वारा प्राप्त हो गया। डू एक्सपीरियंस योर सेल्फ टू बी souls who stay close to Father, बाबा के निकट? Do you always have the happiness that you now belong to Father? What wonderful. Baba is telling that अपने को बाप के समीप रहने वाली श्रेष्ठ आत्माएं अनुभव करते हो, बाप के बन गए हो। ये खुशी सदा रहती है। दुख की दुनिया से निकल सुख के संसार में आ गए। दुनिया दुख में चिल्ला रही है और आप सुख के संसार में सुख के झूले में झूल रहे हैं। You always have the happiness that you belong to the Father. You have come away from the world of sorrow into the world of happiness. The world is crying out in sorrow where you are in the world of happiness, swinging in the swing of happiness. There is so much difference. The world is searching, whereas you are celebrating a meeting. So always remain cheerful, seeing all the attainments, making a list what you have received. When you have happiness physically, then body is healthy. Baba is really giving the wonderful explanation. When you have happiness physically, the body is healthy. When your mind has received peace, peace is the speciality of the mind, and wealth has so much power that even dal and roti are experienced to be like 36 varieties of bhojan. In your remembrance of God, even dal and roti seem so elevated. Even if the world has 36 varieties and you just have dal and roti, which would be more elevated, dal and roti are good because that is prasad, holy food, food made in the remembrance of Baba. When you prepare food, you prepare it in remembrance and you eat in remembrance, and so it becomes a prasad. Prasad has a great importance. All of you eat prasad every day. There is much power of prasad. So all three, body, mind, and wealth, have so much power that there is nothing lacking in the treasures store of Brahmins. So constantly keep these attainments in front of you and remain happy and cheerful. Acha. So uh, if anybody can share some points. Some points are shared in the chat box that adopt purity in the right way, that is, as per as Baba's Srimat, as original and internal virtue when you become worthy of worship. For this, fulfill your responsibilities when you are in your yatharth state, when you are in your original form. You are really very powerful, and in that stage, you are in a able state, and definitely all the responsibilities are looked in a proper way. And as today is a meditation day, so definitely we have to change our priorities, because in our Brahmin life only Baba is telling बहुत हो गया बाहर, अब अंदर की यात्रा करो. That means Baba wants us to change the direction of the journey from outward to inward. That is, Baba is telling us to become, change our thing, that is, change from Baya Mukta to Anta Mukta, that is, change from inspection to introspection. So that stage is called wonderful when we change our when we change our stage from Baya Mukta to Anta Mukta, that when there is dhara that is moving outside, and when dhara is changed, it becomes radha, and when it becomes radha, that is journey inwards. And as we are all have got the mastery of seeing the faults in others, that is inspection, दूसरों में कमी निकालियों की मास्टरी हम बच्चों को है सभी को है. तो when Baba says that when you change the direction from Baya Mukta to Anta Mukta, journey inwards, you start seeing your negativities, you are uh, now you can see the negativities within you, now you can see the anomalies within you, and with the help of Gyan Darpan, that is Murli, we can change ourselves, and in that process, the negativities are nullified, and definitely by following the Srimad and the SOP of Baba, we can definitely become सोलह कला संपूर्ण संपूर्ण निर्विकारी मर्यादा पुरुषोत्तम अहिंसा परमो धर्म. We can reach to that stage. So that stage is really wonderful, and definitely with the ornamentation of purity, that is complete purity, is purity in thoughts, words, and actions, relationships, and dreams. We can become worthy of worship souls. If anybody can share any words.
Sanjay bhai, in the interest of time, shall we move on to meditation? We're already at 5:56.
Yes, yes. And I will just play some instrumental music if you have. I will sing one song, play some instrumental music if you have. So, as today is World Meditation Day, so let us move towards that, forgetting everything, only inculcating the knowledge which Baba has given to us. We all children, when we come to Baba, हम सब बाप पर फिदा हो गए हैं, भगवान पर फिदा हो गए हैं. दुनिया में लोग पर फिदा हो जाते हैं, और हम सब बच्चे भगवान पर फिदा है. हम भी हम पर कभी तो हमसे बार बार सुबह सुबह मिलने आता है बाबा. Visualize it. We are and just as in a life, mother comes and says, Udja beta, Udja, and now see the fortune the Supreme Soul, परम पिता परमात्मा की आवाज खुदाया है and God putting his hand telling, "उठ जा मेरे लाल, उठ जा, उठ जा." दादा से नीचे रख के उठ जाओ, उठ जाओ बच्चे, मेरे विश्वेश भुवनहार बच्चे, उठ जाओ। तुम साधारण नहीं है बच्चे, तुम पूजनीय आसन। Implement our that and now as the purpose of the dress कर and भक्ति जो है सोच भगवान नहीं माता है ना इसी का वंडरफुल फॉर्चून ऑफ अस भगवान ही माँ बनकर आ गया। भगवान कहते हैं बच्चे, मीठे बच्चे, ब्रश करते। बाबा सामने खड़े हैं, अपने ब्रश कर दादा को देख रहे हैं ब्रश करते। इवन ब्रशिंग and remembering our taking our God, the mom, बचपन में नहला दो दादा। Now taking my God in the and after that. And when going to center again, Baba says in the Murti, Meethe Vache, Meethe Vache, Meethe Vache. And there starts our day with Baba, with the values of Baba. And the result, Safalta Siddhi Swarup. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you to Baba. Thank you, Sanjay Bhai. Thank you, Divine Family. See you tomorrow at 5 a.m. Until then, have a blissful day.
Thank you to all.